A lot of people were asking about the wedding situation and if we're going to get married before we have a kid because we keep expanding our family, but we're not married. It's just not like the highest to-do list. It's not like
the
highest
priority.
Yeah, like
I still want.
It's all becoming clear why he won't marry me. Because neither of us are prioritizing a wedding because we feel so married already. Like we're already.
So he won't marry me. He proposed.
Festive. I don't know if we'll ever feel like we want a
Weddings
wedding.
are weird. They're hard and annoying.
But now it's like he won't even marry me. It's been how many years we've been engaged? 3? Coming up here?
We just consider us married.
Welcome back, everyone. Hi, my name is Jem, and today we are going to reload Shane Dawson Podcast episode number 9. But before we do, I have a question. How can you tell if your fiancé is no longer interested in marrying you?
I don't know where the laptop is.
You don't really need it.
Okay.
Just fake it. You could use your phone if you have your phone.
Whatever.
No, you look fucking good though. Like, I'm not gay or whatever, but like, I would fucking suck your for sure.
Answer. He propositions someone else right in front of you without a care in the world. Now let's see how Ryland handles Shane's blatant disrespect.
I
Like,
mean,
all of you guys.
you look pretty
Weird.
cool.
He handles the disrespect with nervous laughter while calling Shane weird.
Like, I'm not into like incest or anything, but like, you know, fuck it, you know? Whatever.
I'm totally flattered. It's like the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
No, like, I love your music, and like, I would like do weird stuff with you.
Yes. He's joking about being attracted to his brother. I get it. If you're a Shane Dawson fan and that's your sense of humor, laugh it up. However, the joke to me is that during the first minutes of the podcast, Shane flirts with his brother, he flirts with his cameraman, but he never flirts with his fiancée.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to whatever the hell this is. Yeah, it's a special emo edition. By the way, like, we're not mocking emo culture. Like, we are emo culture. We started emo culture, and like, shut the fuck up if you're mad about it.
So Shane is doing an emo episode, and we learn rather quickly that Chris was way into the culture in his younger years. I'm not surprised that Shane is tailoring his show to fit Chris's interests. That tends to happen when one has a crush. I did a community post on this a while ago. Thank you to all who participated. But for everyone watching now, what are your impressions of the Shane Podcast YouTube banner? Look very closely as we will be digging deeper into this later on. Ryland stated on the SIP that the wedding is cancelled as if it were a mutual decision, when I believe it was all Shane's idea, is just another sign among many that Shane is getting cold feet. Again, this series is primarily about Shane and Ryland's relationship, and as such, I want to highlight their odd dynamic. So why not start with this?
On that note, I do have an emo band generator name.
Shut the
What?
fuck up.
Yeah, so all we have to do
Oh my god.
is type in our favorite word,
Okay.
and it's going to generate an emo band name.
Out of all the words in the English language that Shane could choose from, he picks a word to directly highlight Ryland's insecurities.
Oh, favorite word.
Okay,
What?
so it just is like emo.
I know. Sorry.
Of all
Weird. That's a weird favorite word for
It
you
just
to
kind
have.
of is, you know? Like, you love what you don't have.
Oh! I mean, yeah, bro.
And here is Chris, always ready to instigate.
Oh!
Okay, Chris, I'm ready for you now. Let's see what Shane dressed your other self up as. Chris the llama. Ah, yeah, perfect. He gave you 2 faces. As in, you're two-faced. Now, if you've been watching since the beginning of this series, in one of Shane's main channel videos, Shane teased Ryland about a dream he had where Ryland was a woman and Ryland wasn't happy about it.
Although I did have a dream last night, and I told Ryland about this, he got very upset. I had a dream that he had a vagina. And then I was like, oh, I should hit that. And then I was like, no, he doesn't. Oh. I was just telling them that I had a dream that he had a vagina.
He did wake up and he said, I was having sex with you and you had a vagina. Is he gonna leave me for a woman? I'm contemplating, like, oh my god, is he dreaming about vaginas because he misses them? And does this include me in his new life?
Ryland has already let it be known that he's insecure about Shane also being attracted to women. And what does Shane do with Ryland's known insecurity?
That's a weird favorite word for you
It just
to
kind
have.
of is, you know? Like, you love what you don't have.
Well, he uses it to make a dig at him. And the digs don't stop there.
Let's talk about what we're wearing. And, by the way, I have a song.
Yes.
This comes from the same queen that gave us the hit song Ryland's recap. So I'm expecting a lot.
Let's see if she can do emo.
Fashion update, what's he wearing? What's the outfit for the day? What's got Jared looking sexy? Why does Chris dress oh so gay? What dumb shirt did Shane buy now? That's why his money's gone away. Fashion update, what's he wearing? What's the outfit for the day? Fashion update, fashion update, fashion update.
Did anyone catch the problem with that song? Anyone? Anyone? If you answered that Ryland wasn't mentioned in the lyrics, you'd be correct. Now, let's all observe how Shane makes Ryland seem as though not including him in the podcast fashion song is no big deal when it is a very big deal.
That was
Wow.
a banger. Oh my
So good.
God.
Kind of offended.
Why?
The only one without a shout out.
Oh.
Shane is such a phony for that. Oh, as if he didn't realize Ryland wasn't included until that very moment. I don't believe it. And Chris is a phony too for clapping so over the top knowing that Ryland's name wasn't in that song as well. I see you, Chris.
No.
Wait.
Oh.
I mean, I just got called gay,
Right.
which is, thank you. It's accurate.
But you didn't get called gay, Chris. The lyrics go, why does Chris dress oh so gay? And then the ad-lib is, so gay. Good on you for pretending Shane meant it as a compliment, but he didn't. And dressing gay doesn't even make sense anyway. We have already established that Shane sees the world through stereotypes, so dressing gay to Shane means dressing flamboyantly. And Chris isn't flamboyant in his clothing. But you know who is? Yeah, that guy over there who Shane ignored. Ryland.
To her credit, I gave her ideas. I didn't give her lyrics. I was like, well, Chris is gay. Jared dresses like sexier every episode. I waste a lot of money on clothes.
So basically, you wrote the song.
I guess I forgot to give you something.
Oh.
I'm sorry. You're gay too.
Laugh it up, Chris, but I'm glad we all got to see that Shane in fact forgot to add lyrics for his fiancé.
How could she forget you, though? She wrote Ryland's recap.
Don't even start, Jared. Why do you expect a woman dealing with multiple projects on Fiverr or whatever to remember some guy named Ryland? It slipped her mind the same way it slipped Shane's mind. But at least that woman has an excuse. How can Shane forget about his fiancé? That is the better question.
Honestly.
Well,
You know?
she probably was like, I don't even need to mention it because Ryland's recap's so iconic. Like,
Yeah.
he already has his own song.
Okay.
Very true.
Whatever.
You all see Ryland's face? Even he doesn't believe Shane's nonsense. And listen again how Shane brushes Ryland off. Listen closely.
Yeah.
He already has his own song.
Okay.
Very true.
Whatever.
Okay.
Very true.
Whatever.
True.
Whatever.
True.
Whatever.
Now I want you all to see why Shane forgetting to include Ryland is such a slap in the face. Look how much Ryland remembers and looks after Shane.
I can't believe that I haven't said this yet. I have a new microphone and it's fixed.
Whoa.
Oh, wait.
Whoa.
Thank you. Listen, I wanted to elevate a little bit because look, Ryland got me these little microphone things that have the Shane Dawson Podcast logo on them. But if you're an audio listener only, check out the video. Yeah, so we have the Shane Dawson logo thingy on all of our microphones. It
Mic
looks so
flags.
classy.
Hey.
Wow. So thank you.
Shane has been fussing with that microphone since the beginning of the podcast, and Ryland fixed the issue. And for his efforts, Shane gave Ryland a little pat on the head. As we see, Shane as usual dressed everyone for the episode, and out of the fiancé and the crush, who do you think Shane spent more time on? It goes without saying. In the next segment, Shane promotes his new merch. Again, for the most expensive, eye-catching item, he used his crush and not his fiancé as the model.
We also have the Conspiracy Club shirt that Jared and Ryland are wearing. And then you can see Chris is wearing the purple hoodie, which has the leopard print, which I've been really into lately, Neon Illuminati, and a little logo of the podcast. And then on the back, you can see on the alpaca, or Chris will turn around and show us the last.
No, it shows that. Wait, what?
What? I didn't say anything. You'll see the Conspiracy Club logo. It's so cute.
Wow, I feel like that's the classic Shane Dawson Podcast hoodie.
I'm sure you all just caught Shane flirting with Chris again.
Or Chris will turn around and show us the
no,
last.
it shows that. Wait, what?
What? I didn't say anything.
And it didn't stop there. It continues throughout the episode.
I actually have a question. Chris, you were actually emo, right? Like, you showed me pictures before this, and I was like, I wanted to beat you up and then suck your dick. Which...
Thank you.
And there Chris is again saying thank you when no compliment was given.
I just feel at home. Like this just feels like this is how I dressed for 10 years of my life or something. Like this feels very. I sent a picture of myself to my friend and they were like, "You just look like yourself in high school." Like they thought it was my clothes. Like they didn't even know that you bought clothes.
And honestly, I'm not just saying this. This is the best you've ever looked.
Thank you.
I'm serious.
Technically, Shane is complimenting himself since he's the one who bought Chris's outfit. Because Shane has been pumping up Chris throughout this episode, watch how Chris now tries to flex on Ryland.
I love like punk, metal. I was in like 3 different bands. I sent you a photo actually.
Doing what?
I played bass guitar and screamed and sang. And
You were doing screamo?
Well, screamo's its own genre. I never did that. I did punk and metal.
Yeah, fuck.
You just said you were screaming.
That you don't scream only in screamo.
Okay.
That's its own genre.
All right.
Okay, and over here, let's see how Ryland can't quite fit into this bonding session.
I play drums.
Oh, I forgot about that. You're good.
Yeah, and better than people that don't play drums.
Wait a minute.
You know what
I
mean?
can kind of sing. You can scream. You can play the drums. What can you do?
Gymnastics.
And it continues.
To be emo, did you have to also be emotional? Or could you just like the music?
Well, I mean, emo is short for emotional. And
I know, but...
And like most emo kids were like...
Did you catch that look on Ryland's face? He's about had it.
sad boys.
Oh, yeah.
But like punk kids were not sad boys.
No.
They were like angry.
I wasn't super sad, but I really liked the music.
That's okay. You're a poser.
Oh my god! Whoa!
I'm just kidding.
Shane has consistently complimented Chris while showing us how easy it is for him to forget about Ryland. Let's all take a lesson from this. How someone treats their fiancé in public can directly impact how others treat them. Now I know Chris is playing an emo character, but now that he's following Shane's lead, it's easy for him to be so dismissive of Ryland. All Ryland has been trying to do this entire episode is learn more about emo culture.
That's okay. You're a poser.
Oh my god! Whoa!
I'm just kidding.
Notice how even Shane picks up on how Chris is behaving. Shane saying, "Whoa," is just his way of rubbing it into Ryland. Look how happy Shane looks right now. The group then goes on to discuss the topic of first loves.
You never actually stop loving the first person that you fall in love with.
Oh.
Because the first time you fall in love is the first time that your whole psyche is introduced to the concept. Whenever you think about like love and you have these deep feelings, it's hard to distance it from like your first love. So that's why your first love is always so hard to, escape and get away from. But I thought that was kind of interesting.
Whoa.
So who am I competing with, Shane?
Well,
Remember, Shane knows what Ryland's insecurities are. Let's see how he handles this conversation.
Okay, my thing is though with love. So first love, can it be somebody that you didn't even really date?
The first person that I ever fell in love with, and it didn't end well.
I think it could be love to the extent of how much you could love somebody without ever dating them, but I don't think you can experience the full, gauntlet of love and being in a relationship if you actually never experienced that part of it.
Interesting, yeah, because there was somebody who I had that feeling, and then I thought we were dating, but we weren't.
So then we have to talk, and I'm like, so, what are we doing? And she's like, what? And I'm like, what are we? And she's like, brother and sister. I mean, it was, just thinking about it right now makes me...
And then I still do have that thought of just like, whoa, there is still that thing there. It's not, listen, I'm not still in love, but I do still have like a weird amount of love for the person.
Who?
We're not doing this.
Yeah, I want to know.
And that person is a girl named Blair Fowler. Even just saying the name makes me want to crash my head into a wall.
No, I'm not going to put that on blast. But no, that is interesting though.
Now, I could be wrong, but giving all the clues, this could be the woman Shane is talking about.
But I would say you are the most in love I've ever been.
Well, you're the only time I've ever been in love.
See, that
so-
scares me. That scares me because you're like, what if it's not even that great and you just don't know it? And
No,
what if
I'm sure I dated around a lot, and I'm sure that I hated what I was dating, but it wasn't something that I wanted to make long term.
Shane is acting weird right now because he's making it seem like it's unheard of for Ryland to be sure that he wants to be in a committed relationship. When he even said when he thought he was in love with Blair, look at how he was reacting.
And I was in love with this girl. Like, so in love with her that I would literally marry her. Like, that's how intense it was.
Because while I didn't have breakups, I did have a lot of like guys falling. Like, I was never ready to commit. I wasn't in a place where, because I wanted to be complete as a person before I was able to give myself to somebody else. And every time that it could have become something with someone, I was the one letting the other person down. And most of the time I didn't know how to do that. So I just slowly distanced myself, which I know isn't great, but like, how do you hurt someone's feelings in that capacity? It's very hard.
You know how you hurt their feelings worse? You
Doing
ghost them.
that.
Yeah.
That hurts a lot worse.
I never
All right, everyone, it's Dog Paul on Ryland time.
ghosted them, but I would let it escalate too far, and then I wouldn't. It was like a tricky situation.
I do that. I've been working on that a lot though in the last few years, but like that was a thing of mine where I would have an issue with somebody and they wouldn't even know it, and then instead of telling them I had an issue, I would just like slowly stop talking to them, and then eventually they'd be like, "What's going on?" And then I would be like, "I'm mad at you for this, and this," and they're like, "Whoa, what the fuck? Why do you have a list?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, I'm just mad." And then it would be a blow up, or it would be a weird distancing thing, not healthy at all. But I'm working on that.
That may be why it took him such a long time to pull the plug with his first girlfriend who he lived with.
The two went in depth about how it was basically a year-long breakup that started when Shane moved out. The two had tried to make it work while living separately, but it just wasn't meant to be.
It's good that Shane recognizes his problem and he says he's working on it, but Ryland really needs to pay attention. Shane says he has a pattern of not letting people know when he has an issue with them. You've been engaged for 3 years, and for whatever reason, Shane not wanting to have a big wedding is interfering with you going to the courthouse and getting married. Let's listen to the full clip of Ryland on The Sip talking about the wedding.
A lot of people were asking about the wedding situation and if we're going to get married before we have a kid, because we keep expanding our family, but we're not married. It's just not like the highest to-do list. It's not like
the high
highest
priority.
Yeah, like
I still want to like throw you a wedding. Like I want to have a meeting with you guys where we sit down, you tell me what you want, you give me a budget, and you show up and it's fair.
and
Even if what you want is not me there.
that's sounding more and more wonderful as time goes on, just because neither of us are prioritizing a wedding because we feel so married already. Like we're already like as married can
And you're
be.
not party people.
And no, we're not party
No.
people. So like, I do feel like we probably will get married before we have a child, even if it's not a big event. Maybe we'll like
A commitment ceremony
do
to
it,
each other.
and then maybe throw the wedding later on when we're both feeling more festive. I don't know if we'll ever feel like we want a
Weddings
wedding,
are weird.
though.
They're hard and annoying.
Yeah. So, but we just consider us married.
Get over it. We're married.
No matter how you slice it, it doesn't bode well if the person who proposes is suddenly stalling the marriage. Ryland says they will probably get married before the baby arrives.
I do feel like we probably will get married before we have a child, even if it's not a big event. Maybe we'll do
A commitment ceremony to each other.
The word probably means it's not a definite. I have a question, Ryland. Why do you want to marry someone who doesn't want to marry you?
Chris?
Only had really bad breakups. I mean, it's really traumatic. It's really difficult, and it's like, I don't know. I don't think I could have never imagined how painful and life-altering it would be leaving a 10-year relationship, because it wasn't. My first relationship was a 2-year relationship, and that felt like the end of the world when I left, and it took forever for me to get over it. I was cheated on in that relationship, and that destroyed me mentally, because I always had trust issues growing up, and then that happened, and then I was like, oh, I'm never going to trust again. And this recent relationship ended really badly too, and I keep I've said a million times on here and your podcast and everywhere that it ended badly and that they did something badly, and I keep feeling the need to protect them.
So you were in 2 long-term relationships where you were cheated on, and now you're in a 3rd relationship. I would have told you to take a break on relationships.
Yeah, I mean, you were with somebody for 10 years. Clearly, you care for them a lot, and you don't want to just, But how did you deal with, because now you're in a new relationship, are you feeling...
The new relationship is so far the healthiest, best relationship I've been in by far. But I have brought over so much baggage from the other, because again, I was cheated on I've been cheated on.
Now you see why I said this dude needs to take a break? Chris is giving his new man all his baggage to unpack. That's your baggage, Chris, not his.
By everyone that's ever...
If this new person cheats on you, and I'm just saying this right into the camera, if this new person cheats on you, and I know who he is, I know his name, I know what he looks like, I know where he lives, I will go and I will cut off his dick. Figuratively, because I don't want to get sued.
To him.
I just honestly,
Nobody's afraid of you, Shane. Anyway, I wouldn't trust Shane at all if I were Chris. Do not let Shane anywhere near your relationship. He doesn't have good intentions.
But he would never do that.
This is very negative and very I need to work on myself for even feeling this way. But if I was cheated on again, I actually think I just couldn't handle it. I think that'd be I don't know. It'd be really bad.
Hey, new boyfriend, whoever you are, you better take Chris's words to heart and leave him alone. Tell me, do any of you think there is any good in what Chris just said?
If I was cheated on again, I actually think I just couldn't handle it. I don't know. It'd be really bad.
If I were the boyfriend, I'd take what Chris just said as a warning and just break up with him right now. What are you waiting for? See, in life, you can't control what anyone does. In worst case scenario, in a relationship, you should be aware that yes, you may get cheated on. But Chris now is in his right mind, and he's talking hypothetically about the worst case scenario, and he's already planning on doing something bad. See, that's how you know he shouldn't be in a relationship right now. Now, if you're speaking with a clear head and the idea of your partner cheating on you is a possibility, guess what? Just break up with him. And don't tell me Chris was joking. I get joking about doing something to your spouse if they cheated on you, as in you wouldn't seriously hurt them. You're just making a joke to get people to laugh, like this.
We're gonna be married by common law before we get married.
Do you have a knife in your back pocket?
Yeah, just in case you won't screw me.
I get that kind of joking, alright? But Chris looks serious to me.
If I was cheated on again, I actually think I just couldn't handle it. I don't know. It'd be really bad.
Chris right now is speaking about doing something to himself or his partner for cheating. Let me repeat. Chris, you do not need to be in a relationship right now. Chris's boyfriend, you better start packing ASAP.
Okay, well, if it ever happens, you're moving in and I'm making sure nothing bad happens. And also, you know who you are. I will cut off your dick.
Thank God.
And what is
Good.
the...
Legally, I'm glad the camera cut. Because I was just joking.
Watch Chris now accuse his boyfriend of cheating just so that he can take up Shane's offer and move in with him. Watch out, Ryland. So the next segment is wrong on so many levels. Shane shows the group a picture of a famous football player who a couple of people in the audience say look identical to Chris. Watch what happens next.
And I got like 3 emails about this guy.
Wow.
Okay, ready? So let's see. Let's be honest. Let's
I'm
see
excited.
if this matches. Whoa.
Wow.
Wait a minute.
Well, if Chris did his hair like that,
Wow.
I think
Chris.
when I get a fresh cut.
yes.
I literally just looked over at you and it's that guy.
Is it really?
That is crazy.
Wow.
That's a handsome man.
That is like very spot on. What team does he play for?
I'm very flattered.
Oh my God, he's a German football player.
No way.
Oh, so it's technically soccer.
Soccer,
That is
yeah.
Chris when he smiles.
Whoa, yes, the face movements are pretty spot on.
Oh my God, that is Chris when he's uncomfortable.
Okay, as you can see, all of that was pretty straightforward. However, watch what happens when Ryland has a doppelganger of his own.
Okay, so that was the only doppelganger update we got, unfortunately. If you guys have more, let us know. But I did get a good Mandela. And listen, what?
I have a doppelganger for myself.
Oh.
It's pretty
What?
crazy.
What?
I might be flattering myself a little bit.
Okay.
Honestly, though, when it happened, I was scrolling and
You're glowing right now, dude. Look how excited you are about this.
it is a compliment to myself. I'm not going to lie. But tell me that you don't think that this is me.
Wait, I'm scared. I don't want to lie.
Okay.
Here we go.
Prepare.
Y'all, watch how they do Ryland.
Jared Leto?
In just this photo.
I see it.
Okay, none of you guys know.
I see it.
I kind of see it, but this is literally like when the girl I was talking about in high school when she's like, "Oh my God, everybody keeps telling me I look just like Britney Spears."
Nobody's telling me I look like Jared. Well, the reason I found this is 'cause somebody tagged me in it.
No,
but this moment, this
I see
freeze
it.
frame.
Okay, we'll do the face. Maybe if you do the face.
No, I'm done with you guys.
No, look
I
up
was
the face.
sharing something with you, and I got rude responses. I will find a good side-by-side for the edit, and I will let everyone else weigh in.
They were coming for Ryland this entire episode, and this was his final straw. Please, everyone, look at that side-by-side pic. If they were saying Chris looked like that soccer player, they can't come back now and say that Ryland doesn't look like Jared Leto. It's the eyes. They have the same shape, and with the matching facial hair, yes, Ryland does look like Jared Leto in that side-by-side pic. End of story. Y'all can't tell me that Shane isn't a big-time hater with his response to Ryland. Imagine telling your fiancé you think you look like a famous Hollywood lead, and his response is,
I see it.
Okay, none of you guys know.
just a laugh in the face. Well, at least Shane tries to clean it up a bit.
Wow. No, actually, whoa, weird. I just looked over at you and I saw it.
Oh,
No.
I can't with this now.
No, you know what?
Making up for
No,
because
no.
you know that
Hold
it's
on.
true.
No.
It's really the long hair that threw me off.
Yes.
We're not looking at the long hair. Put me in a wig.
See, I'm doing this right now.
Uh-huh.
It's like, Ryland, hello. It looks just like
Whatever.
Okay.
Shane is a straight up hater, and it's weird that he's using his hater energy on his fiancé. Now let's go back and take another look at the Shane Dawson YouTube banner. Everything in the art design is a choice. It's all Photoshop, folks. Shane could have placed anyone by his side, but he chose to put Chris there and has a logo between him and his fiancé. Everyone is doing something creative in the shot. Everyone except Ryland. Take a quick look at these other YouTube podcast banners for a frame of reference. Look at the placement of people on these other podcast logos and their relationship to each other. I find it odd that Shane decided to put his fiancée so far away from him. You all remember in grade school when you had a crush and you would write their name over and over again on a piece of paper? Okay, remember that and take a look at Shane and his doodles. The majority of his writing has to do with Chris. How is that different from a school grade crush? Let's read what he wrote. Chris stay woke. German facts with Chris. Bears. 2 cameras. A recording sign. Clapperboard. All of these are in relation to Chris. That hand with the 5? Well, that's Chris counting down to the start of the show. Question: how do you know your fiancé is no longer interested in marrying you? Answer: your name is Ryland Adams.